Hey, Daily Treasure family. I'm so glad to have just a couple of minutes of your time to ask for your help. And no, I'm not asking for money, but I am going to ask you to do something that only you can do. First, I want to ask for your prayer covering for the request that I'm about to make. And I want you to pray fervently with me and with our team that God brings great fruit from this request I'm going to make to you. I have written a book called Treasures in Darkness, and a couple of years ago, I narrated this book. And we want to get this book into the hands of as many bereaved moms as we can. And because of that, we are giving away as many copies as we can of this audio book through our publisher. You can go to markinc.org and click the Grief Resources page to find a QR code for this book. So you are welcome to download it yourself. However, where I need your help is for you to contact your friends who are bereaved moms. And clearly, that is the only way that this message is going to get out, is for one person to tell another person that there is hope. And one of the ways that God can communicate that hope is through this book, Treasures in Darkness. I wrote this book for women, especially in the beginnings of their grief journey. Although it has been helpful to people throughout their own grief journey, I needed someone like me ahead in the journey to call back, but not only to call back, but to step back into those beginning days and weeks and months and even years of wrestling with the Lord to reconcile his love with his sovereignty, to be transparent about their own journey, to be transparent about perhaps anger and disappointment and anguish and the break in their souls, that the ache that just would not break. I just recently spoke to a woman who has entered her third year of grief over the loss of her child. And I just remember so well the deep sorrow that I was experiencing myself at that time. And that's what this book does. It gives hope in the darkest of days. And yet it doesn't stay there. It's a story of the Lord taking his brokenhearted daughter into his arms and saying, I can take it. Tell me all of it. Tell me everything that's on your heart. And then giving me treasures in the darkness that help turn my heart toward Jesus. It is a story of encouragement and comfort and hope. And we need you to help us get the message out. It's very easy. Just go to markinc.org and click the Grief Resources page, where you're going to find not only a QR code for this audiobook, for this free audiobook, but lots of other free grief resources. So will you help us? Will you pray? Will you pray fervently? Perhaps you don't know anyone, but there is someone who will be impacted by your prayers as the message gets out. Will you pray with us that this book would go far and wide, because it is a message of the light of Jesus? And will you invite your friend to download a free audio copy of this book? I need you, friends, to make this vision a reality. So please help us get this message out to those who need it the most. Thank you so much. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Sharon Betters, and my book, Treasures in Darkness, is the book that I'm talking about. The free audio copy that is available to you and to that bereaved mother who is in need of hope and in need of the light of Jesus. Again, go to markinc.org, click the link for the Grief Resources page, and there you're going to find this QR code for a free download of the audiobook, which I narrated, Treasures in Darkness. Thank you so much for joining us in this endeavor. Pray, 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 and then let's see what God is going to do.